I'm trying to find the story.
Hey everyone, GameHounds podcast. Nick and I are just finishing up our pre-show stuff. You saw something?
Oh, yeah, there's just a news story I saw at some point. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Yeah, I didn't have much news this week, so
Well,
quiet week.
that's why we have a news feed in the Discord.
Well, I leave that to you because I know you mine that exclusively.
No, I don't. I get a lot of stuff elsewhere. Like if you don't have anything, go check out the Discord.
Mm, no, I'll just leave you to do it.
Well, okay. You're just making more work for me.
Yeah, someone's got to, Nick. Someone's got to.
I
All
structure
right.
my life to avoid as much work as possible.
That is another reason why I do this because I know that. I am the fly in your ointment, so to speak. Hold on a second. I need to adjust my lighting here. Hello, everyone who is just
Oh,
joining
yeah,
us.
that's the story. Okay.
What? Sorry.
Well, we'll get to it.
All right. All right. So I'm here, Edie Sellers, and with me, Nick DiNicola, and we have yet to start the show. Sorry for giving you a look at my pockets. Let's see. Oh, I hate all of the shadows in this damn room. I really got to put a lamp up there. I just do. AC Wraith has just posted onto the Discord. Incidentally, if you are interested in joining our Discord, feel free to join it. The information is now on the screen here. AC Wraith just posted in the Discord. Sorry, I didn't manually post here the last 2 episodes. Here's your notice that we're live now. Maybe I should look into whether I can get that bot working again. Oh, cheeky bot that kept on no, Nightbot. It was Nightbot
Yeah.
that kept banning people in the chat room. All right, so let's do what we need to do. Holding up to my New Year's resolution of actually putting in information or doing the beginning of the show at the beginning of the show. Let's oh God, you've expanded all of these backgrounds and bullshit. Ugh, hate this. All right, so let's start the show.
This podcast discusses video games, pop culture, and technology, and these podcasters have big, fat potty mouths. If you're younger than 18 or are easily offended, please stop this podcast now. Oh, and your mom said to take out the trash and do your homework.
Hello and welcome to GameHounds. GameHounds episode 805. We are recording this on Sunday, 1/11/26, January 11th, 2026. I'm Edie Sellers. We got Nick right
Hello.
there,
I'm gonna type
over
with
there.
one hand because the other one is busy holding a sack of potatoes.
AKA the cat. And he is a very happy cat to be there. It is clear that he loves,
Yeah.
he loves his
Look
daddy
at
so much. Oh. Does he do that all the time or just when you're on the show?
He does that a lot when I'm in this chair. So for this show and during work.
Oh, he does that during work? Oh, I don't know
Oh,
if he could do that.
Well, I'll take a break, hold him, browse the internet for, 10, 20 minutes, and then I gotta say, okay, I gotta get back to work. But on the couch, he goes and sits in Rachel's lap.
Really?
He'll walk over me.
To get to Rachel.
Uh-huh.
Who do you think he loves more, you or Rachel?
Oh, me. He doesn't do this to her. She won't let him. Oh, cats and tongues and dirty.
Yeah. Well,
So he licks his balls. Don't we all?
if you could, you would.
Exactly.
That
I'm
old joke about why do dogs lick their balls? Because they can.
I'm just jealous.
All men really truly are of that particular skill. I've got nothing. It was oh man, is it this was, I guess, the first week back from the long Christmas holiday, New Year's break. The struggle was real this week. I I had multiple days where I had to, as I was walking down the hall the other day, I actually got caught doing it, saying, I will not have a stroke. I will not have a stroke. I will not have a stroke. Because it was
Gee.
just so stressful. Because, when you're working in operations, your three big kind of challenges are beginning of the month, beginning of the week, and beginning of the year. Because especially with the year, all of your automated systems have to be renewed. All the stuff that you essentially offload to automation so that it takes it off of you having to do it, usually end at the end of the year. And invoicing, of course, started out 4 days late because the first of the month was January 4th. It was just one of those weeks where just and everything was breaking. We had keyboards breaking. We
Oh,
had what else broke? Something else. Light bulbs all went out for some inexplicable reason. So I had to change light bulbs constantly. It's like, oh, the bathroom light bulb's out. It's like, okay, move it, replace it. We had a massive roof leak because I don't know if you saw anybody in the interweb, in the internet world, if you saw what happened over the beginning of the end of the year, beginning of the year, is we had a massive amount of rain. And we also had something that is called king tides when you have particularly high tides in the Bay Area. So king tides are always not a challenge, not a horrible challenge. I mean, they just are very, very particularly high tides. There's usually two, one in November and one in December. It just happened to be that this year our king tides coincided with torrential rain. So the flooding was real. We had repeated power outages in San Francisco that started before Christmas, and for some people went like multiple repeated power outages. Now, that didn't really affect us. I have a feeling that had something to do with the light bulbs all burning out at once. But we had a roof leak that was a roof leak from last year that the landlord had not addressed. And now it's gotten infinitely worse, and it's now over someone's desk leaking onto laptops and
oh,
computers,
geez.
and yeah, it's bad. And it's so we had roofing guys coming up trying to patch it in the torrential rain, which of course, patch doesn't necessarily work great in the torrential rain. But just yeah, and it was just like everything breaking, everything a mess, everything, and added on to the fact that I was supposed to be taking down all the Christmas decorations, and I kept looking at the Christmas decorations, and they kept just mocking me, like, "Ha ha! You will not have time to take us down. We will ensure that we will go and break all the light bulbs in the place." So it's just been kind of it was a very very stressful week, but I got through it, and hopefully now things will calm down quite a bit. And I don't know if anybody else had that experience of you take 2 weeks off and it doesn't actually make 2 weeks go away. It just piles up 2 weeks worth of work on your desk so that when you get back, you have a ton of work to catch up on. Oh, there you go. Thank you for the link, AC Wraith, for the live updates. The parts of inundated waters, leaving cars and people stranded. Fortunately,
That did not happen here.
that happened north of us in
Okay.
Marin County and Sonoma County. But yeah, San Rafael was just totally underwater. Well, San Rafael is sinking to start off with. But yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. But I am here. I survived. I did not stroke out. So far.
That's good.
So far, so good. How was your return to work? Was it stressful or was it just your average?
I mean, it was stressful in that my work always shuts down for 2 weeks during the holidays.
Mhm.
So that's very nice because I get 2 weeks off, right? Don't have
Right.
to worry about anything.
Same with me.
Yeah, but you know who doesn't take 2 weeks off?
Hmm.
India.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're kind of in the same world.
So I come back and it's like, hey, can you get these release notes out? Like, motherfucker, I've been gone for 2 weeks. Nothing has been documented for the past 2 weeks. I'm not going to get this to you.
Yeah.
I need to catch up.
Yeah. It's okay. You can pay us back during Diwali or whenever you're taking time off. The same thing happens with China, with Chinese New Year, because of course it's like a month. They take a month off. And inevitably, it's like everybody in the United States that has to deal with Chinese manufacturing ends up cursing February because absolutely nothing works. You can't get anything. You can't get anybody to answer. Nothing happens. It's just very frustrating. And this is our opportunity to pay back the rest of the non-Christmas holidays world. It's our payback for like, okay, 2 weeks, we're not answering your emails. We're really not. But we only get 2 weeks as opposed to like other places where it's like a month. So it's really not exactly equal. So I know what you've been playing because I played it with you. I played it with you last weekend after the show.
Yeah. And I've played more of that, and I have been actually
It's Where Winds just for
So,
all people
yes, where winds meet.
that are on audio, Where Winds Meet.
Where winds meet, and part of me is like, oh fuck. They got the hooks in me enough that so one of the reasons that I'm playing is I want to collect some of the sect costumes. Sects, they're not guilds. Guilds are like player run groups that you join, and those are all like, oh, you got to do X, Y, and Z, and I don't want to interact with other people. Fuck people. Sects are like sort of single player guilds. There's a healing sect where you can do that, and one of the rules is that you have to go online and heal other players. And there's other sects. There's one that's like basically troll other players. And the sect I joined was a PvP one because they've got a costume that just looks really badass. So I was like, okay, I need to join the sect, get high enough in the rank that those cosmetic options open up for me to buy. And then I have to earn enough of the sect currency to buy them. And over the weekend, I got enough. I ranked up enough to unlock those cosmetics, but the currency has a cap. You can only get X number of sect currency called adventure slips per week. And because I played a lot of PvP, a lot of one-on-one matches in order to increase my sect rank, I very quickly hit that cap. And so for the rest of the week, I'm just like, fuck, I'm doing this activity, but I'm not earning any currency. Oh, God damn it. I'm not earning any currency. God damn it. So I've just been waiting for Sunday at 1 p.m. because that is when the limits refresh. So now after we're done with the show, I can go back and I can finally start earning more of that currency. But the fact that I'm looking at it going, oh, I hit the limit, I want to come back on Sunday is like, oh fuck. This is what MMO players do. But that's also one of the reasons that I think I've really enjoyed this game and gotten into it, is because this is how I imagine people felt when they first played like WoW or EverQuest. Uh, and I didn't play any of those games. I skipped out on every MMO ever until we played like Final Fantasy 14? No, 16? No, 14. I think 14. We played a bunch of that one because it was free for a month. And then we played some Elder Scrolls Online with Peter Comer, I think.
Mhm.
And like those were both okay, but I never got into them. And so part of this is just, there's a nostalgic feeling to it, but it's nostalgia for something that I never experienced. It's like
Mhm.
nostalgia for uh a gaming experience from the past that I missed out on. And that,
Right.
now I get to play it, but also I get to be a little antisocial while I play it. I get to do some basic community things, but I don't have to. Like, I'm not joining guilds, I'm not running around with friends. I don't have to fall that deep into it. It's just I get to dip my toe into this genre of games that passed me by, 15 years ago.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
Oh,
and you and I played together. Oh,
yes,
go ahead.
yes, it is free to play.
Yes, Bitters asked, "Is it free to play?" Yes, it is free to play, and I've been playing it free and haven't spent a penny. Nick's
Yeah,
spent a
I've
little bit, but it seems
I've
like it's
I've
only cosmetics
I've
that
played
it
it for
is.
like 100 hours, and I've paid $5 for cosmetics.
Yeah, it's surprisingly good for free.
Oh, well,
Um,
issue
I
is those are the resource limits I mentioned last week, but again, that doesn't impact the gameplay. Like, I can still do all those activities. It's just that they want to, they're hanging that carrot in front of me, and they're dragging that. I'm on a treadmill with a carrot in front of me. I'm making slow progress, but I can still explore the world. I can still level up my character to get stronger. Like,
You can go do regular campaign missions.
I can play the game. It's just that all those little bonus things are like what are drawn out and limited.
Mhm. I'm, you and I played some co-op, and I got a very quick, reality check because I'm playing single mode, and I feel very badass. Like, I have not really struggled in any of the fights in my solo mode. And then you took me to a boss fight, a dungeon. What are they called? Dungeons?
Um, I forget the exact word. It's a world boss. It's a side quest that ends in a world boss.
Right. Well, you took me to one of those rooms, and I rapidly realized that there's no way I would have been able to solo that. Thank God for you. And you also turned me on to and explained a lot more about, because the info dump is very large. It is a very steep learning curve. You are dumped into it with very little explanation about how anything works, and you kind of just have to figure it out yourself. Or in the case, fortunately for me, I have Nick to explain it to me. But we did a bunch of running around, did that boss. You showed me this healing fan, which is, oh my God, how I need to get that healing fan.
Oh yeah.
It's,
And I didn't show you how you can
no, you didn't show me how to get
unlock
it.
different weapons. Well, I'll have to
No,
do that.
no.
That's incredibly useful because it's how you
Yeah,
get different weapons.
yeah. And that fan was, oh, I'm sorry, absolutely saved my ass in that boss fight, which we did beat. Very, very easily. Actually, I beat very easily, but it was still good fun because I got to test out some of my evasive maneuvers that I really haven't had to use up until this point
Mm.
because everything has been relatively easy. Now, I went to go play this game through the week because I've been staying here at my apartment this week, and I'm like, cool, I can play. Every single night, they've had a update, a game update.
Yeah, they've been updating a lot. I guess earlier this week, a couple days ago, or maybe it was like
It was
Friday.
2 nights in a row, both Wednesday night and Thursday night.
Then it must have been Wednesday. Yeah, same thing happened to me. I guess they had a huge. I had to delete a couple other things from my hard drive because it was a 75 gigabyte update
Oh my
because it's
God.
the start of a new season. So they added regions, they added a bunch of
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
It's the one battle pass ended updating with another battle pass type of update.
All right.
But because of that, I had to download 75 gigabytes. So I spent the evening choosing which games to delete, and then just saying download, put into rest mode. And well, actually, no. I went and played a game called Skate Story, which is
Mhm.
really fun and cool. And we can talk about that in a second.
Okay. Yeah, I kept on, and for me, it downloads very slowly. It takes a good half an hour. So I had turned on, and fortunately, because of why was it? Well, I think one, because it's listed as like top viewing on Amazon Prime Video. What was the other reason? Oh, because Dave's Hot Chicken has a special deal that's branded
What?
to it.
To this game?
No, I convinced Chris to watch Fallout because the new
Oh,
season is out, and I have not watched the new season.
neither
And
have I. I gotta wait till it's over.
right, I have. Oh, it's not out. It's not over. All episodes are available now.
Oh, they are? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what it says on the tagline.
Oh, well, shit.
So
I gotta watch that.
I convinced Chris to start watching Fallout. So I'm rewatching Fallout with him.
It's a good show.
And yeah, and he's never played any Fallout
Torrance
games.
says new season is amazing.
Oh, is it? Oh God. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm I Chris has never played a Fallout game. So I
Huh.
had to explain to him sort of what Fallout was. And I was like, you really need to play Fallout. As an AI guy, you need to play Fallout because one of the best things about Fallout and is this one of the best things about Skyrim, same person, by the way, Todd Howard, you could just wander across the tundra and watch the AI fight with itself. Like watch things encounter each other and fight.
Yeah, the
And
emergent
he's like, "Well,
behavior.
this is just a very basic shooter." And I'm like, "No, it's not. It's got this Pip-Boy thing that allows you to pick things, and then you have this great cinematic death." And I'm like, "You really, really, really need to play Fallout." So, question, people, because I know I'm only gonna get him for one Fallout game. And there's a part of me that's like the completionist. You want to start with Fallout 1.
No. Okay. Okay.
But that's not the best Fallout.
Well, also
If
from what I
someone was going to play one Fallout game so that you could get sucked into it and truly grok Fallout, what would that game be?
Fallout 3.
Fallout 3?
So
Not
from
New Vegas?
uh it depends. So from what I understand, Fallout was a CRPG in the vein of like Baldur's Gate 3 and Divinity. So
Mhm.
Fallout 1 and 2 are insanely different games. And if Chris was like a big RPG guy, I would say start with those, but I don't think those are his type of games. Um Bethesda then bought the rights or like something happened, there was like a decade or something between Fallout 2 and 3 and somehow Bethesda
Mhm.
ended up with the rights, turned it into a first person open world RPG, and that's when it kind of took off and like
Okay.
entered a
All
new
right.
realm of popularity.
All right.
But you're right. Fallout 3 was like the game changer, and then a lot of people think New Vegas from Obsidian is the better game. And then I've heard 4 is like kind of a step down.
It is. It was either between 3 or New Vegas, and I can't tell which one. And there, like I said, there's a part of me that says maybe I should start him off with 1 so that he can understand the world, be introduced to the world, because there is an element of the world being introduced in 1 that isn't introduced in 3, that assumes that you're already there for 3 in New
I
Vegas.
guess so, but like that's a very different type of game.
All right.
So
All right.
that's an entirely different genre. That's
All right.
like going from a racing game to a platformer.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
maybe New Vegas. Like how from what I understand, the
By the way,
the
everybody in
reason
the chat room, please feel free. Let me know. Chat room. If someone is going to play, needs to play only one Fallout game, and you really want them to be like, okay, I get this game now. This is great. Someone that would enjoy watching having the AI encounters that you have or that you can witness. You don't have
so
them, you
like
witness it, that kind of stuff.
New
New
Vegas is
Vegas or
New Vegas is a better written game. It's got better characters. It's got like more interesting dialogue choices and like more interesting. You kind of entering the city and you've got different factions that you can play against each other. Uh, and so in that way, it's a more interesting RPG. I think Fallout 3 might be just a better shooting game. So it depends like where you think his RPG levelness is at.
he's hard to gauge. He's really hard to gauge.
There's Elden Ring RPGs, which is like you got some stats that you can tinker with, but mainly you're going around and hitting things with a stick. And then there's
Mhm.
Baldur's Gate RPGs where there's a lot of stat stuff and more stat stuff and more stat stuff, and you're there for the stat stuff. And occasionally you'll like think, should I talk to this person or should I hit them with a stick?
Mhm.
So there's like, how much stick hitting does he want?
So the stick hitting would be New Vegas.
No, I think the stick hitting would be 3. If he just
Okay.
wants to like hit stuff with a stick, shoot things with a gun, learn the VAT system, I think 3 is better for that. I think New Vegas is just like a better RPG and more interesting world. AC
Okay.
Wraith said that if he's an old Wasteland fan, the older RPGs were spiritual successors with a slightly more serious tone.
Okay. Yeah, I
'Cause
don't
I own a
think that
few of
he
those
was.
from giveaways. Wasteland 3, another CRPG that's like really good. That's
Mhm.
fun and modern. I did
I
finish
may
Stranger Things, and I could talk about that later when we get to TVs though.
Yeah, don't talk about it too much because I do wanna see it. But I have to
I
watch
won't
the
I won't
entire Stranger Things again.
I won't spoil it for you.
Okay. But anyway, we were still talking about Where Winds Meet.
Oh yeah.
Still
We
a game I cannot believe is free.
yeah, lot to do, lot to beautiful looking game.
Yeah.
We got married. We were about to get divorced so that I could join the divorcees
Are
sect.
we married or are we just engaged?
No, I think we're married.
Are we? Are you
Well,
sure?
we are I forget the word they use for it, but we're like together.
Companions
And
or something like that.
yeah. And so the more that we do that, we level up the companions, which again unlocks different cosmetic things that you can again, like any other free to play game. Oh, you have a co-op companion. Play more with them and you earn the special co-op companion currency, which when you level up your co-op companionship unlocks new cosmetics you can buy because everything has a different currency because it is a
Mhm.
free to play game. But thankfully, like a lot of stuff, that's off to the side. I've played 100 hours of this game and like 5 hours in co-op.
Mhm. Well, yeah, we have to get divorced. Or maybe did we? I think
No,
we
we were going to get divorced and then you were like, "Well, like let's see what we can do while married. Like what activities we can do so I
right, because
cancel the
there's still a
divorce."
48-hour waiting period. You can't just get married, get divorced. You can get married, but then you
No,
have to
you can get married and get divorced, but the divorce is like on a cooldown where it will only take effect in 24 hours. And so if either party disagrees to the divorce in that time, you stay married.
AC Ray says make a child and lose them. No, we've been there, done that.
Not yet. How
Yeah.
far? Wait, oh, that's right. You didn't play any more of the story.
No, because every time I went in to go play, it needed to be updated. And then I got watched Fallout, and then all of a sudden it was time to go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, Where Winds Meet. the fighting, God, the fighting in this is so fun. It really is.
It's really fun, and it's interesting if you up the difficulty, because all of a sudden it becomes a different game where now it's more strategic. Now you need to watch the enemy's movement. It becomes more Souls-like. It's a game
Mhm.
that manages to be a like Dynasty Warriors hack and slash and a Souls-like game kind of together, just depending on how the difficulty is. Like, do you want to just go and hack and slash? Put it on story. Do you want to like the strategy and the, oh, I need to watch the enemy movements. I need to pick and choose who I fight and when, then put it on expert. But like
Right.
the combat system is robust enough that it can balance both of those genres at once.
Does this make an argument for it's not Larian, who made Elden Ring?
FromSoft.
FromSoft. Is this make an argument for FromSoft to allow for difficulty, a lower, easier mode in their games?
Sure. I mean, I've never been opposed to that.
I know a lot of people are. They're like,
A lot of people are because, FromSoft games, those games are designed to be hard, right? I
right.
don't think this game is designed to be hard. It's designed to be hard and approachable. So, different design philosophies from the
Mhm.
outset.
And that's the thing, is that you can have both. And I think that the argument was that FromSoft's that if you made it if you put in an easy mode, it would dilute the rest of the game, and it
Ah,
would change it would materially change the rest of the game because there was this easy mode. And your description of how you can go to expert and have that same kind of Elden Ring type experience is says that, an Elden Ring game could be this, that kind of have that kind of accessibility to it
it absolutely could. And the thing is,
without
El-
losing anything from the experience of
like
the brutal gameplay.
I think Elden Ring can, because Elden Ring was designed from the ground up to be a difficult, challenging experience. But FromSoft has been dabbling with multiplayer games. They've got Night Rain that came out last year.
Mhm.
This year, they've got the multiplayer game coming out for the Switch 2. So they've been dabbling in multiplayer worlds. So I could absolutely believe that in the future, they would come out with a game like this that has balance options like that. It's absolutely within their wheelhouse and skill set to do. Kat, do you want
Yeah.
to go in or do you want to go out? Okay.
I wanna be both.
Yeah. No, I like there's nothing wrong with difficulty options, and the truth is if you put an easy mode in Elden Ring, there would still be a group of really sweaty, challenge obsessed gamers who like, I never did that. I mean, that already happens.
Mhm.
So in Elden Ring, you get summon people. You can summon other players, or there's a whole ability to like summon other monsters where you can collect I'm going to summon rat people to fight on my side. I'm going to
Mhm.
summon a mimic to fight with me who mimics my build. So I've got two of me running around. I'm going to summon an archer who can shoot arrows while I fight. You've got abilities to summon helpers, and there's a whole group of online players who are like, I never use summons. Summons are easy mode. I never use summons. So
Whatever.
we are progressing. If you look at the arc of FromSoft games from Demon Souls to Elden Ring,
Mhm.
it is an arc of let's add in other mechanics to kind of make things easier.
Yeah. Don't mind me, I'm making coffee again because it's what I do.
It's the midstream coffee break.
Midstream coffee break. Everybody grab your cup.
AC Ray says he's been playing Phonotopia Awakening, which is a punishing Metroidvania remake.
Somewhat punishing Metroidvania.
Okay, somewhat
Yeah.
punishing. I'm scrolling back through. Oh, Bitters asked, "Does Fallout show look like the game?" It
Yes.
actually looks a lot better.
Yes.
Like
Agreed.
Fallout 3 is very gray and green and drab, but the
Mm-hmm.
show is like really sunny and vibrant, still post-apocalyptic, but like with a
Right.
much wider color gamut.
Yeah, and the wastelands of it are very earth tone, but it does a really good job of showing desolation in places that are very familiar, at least to me and to Nick, being in LA. And I've been meaning to I think I asked Chris, but he never answered it, or I don't remember his answer about what it was like seeing places that, he's from LA, he's from that area, to see, because remember when they had, there was a Fallout in Boston, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah,
That was
and Goalie
4?
being kind of
No, I
very
think it's
excited
3.
about seeing stuff that he's familiar with, but, a post-apocalyptic
Mhm.
state of it, and really, really enjoyed it. And I'm wondering if he, would really, really enjoy it. And I would, let's see, New Vegas is set in Vegas. Where is 3 set? Is
I
it
think 3
in
in DC.
DC? That's right.
And
Which
I think
also
4 is
I
Boston.
lends a lot to the appeal of the games, was being in places where things that you recognize. Like when you see the Washington Monument, and it's like there's a visceral impact as an American to see, things like the Washington Monument, things like the Lincoln
I mean, that's
Memorial,
why we
things
love
like the
post-apocalyptic
reflecting pond.
fiction. That's why we watch disaster movies. We
Yeah.
don't watch it for the character development. We watch it to see landmarks get destroyed.
Yeah, or to see landmarks, what they might look like in a destroyed world. And I keep on meaning to ask him, like, what's it like seeing things that you sort of recognize, but, obviously post at least 2 atomic bombs. So yeah, it's been pretty fun to watch the show again, and I'm going to make him play. I was gonna make him play Skyrim, but I think I'm actually probably gonna make him play, since I've got him on this Fallout. I've got him to accept to watch the Fallout series. I'm now going to follow it up with making him watch a Fallout game or play a Fallout game, so
That
that he
feels
can.
appropriate.
I don't know that I could actually get him to play Skyrim, but I would be able to get him, I think, to play Fallout, which has the same kind of cool things about it.
You're gonna get him to play Skyrim, get him to play Fallout. Does he like video games?
This is not what I signed up for, dude. Seriously, when I answered
Oh,
that ad, this is not what I expected. I did not have to expect having to give a tutorial on good video games from the last 20 years to a guy that's been making games for the last 40.
AC Wraith expanded upon Phonotopia, which actually sounds really cool. He said, aside from old school save points and death that removes progress and saving, which is just a save point, there's control oddities and a hunter-gatherer cooking system for health items with a limited inventory. I like a game that has challenge through the controls or through like inventory management. I think that's a fun way to I don't know, add a challenge to something that normally you don't think about. Which also I should mention, when you play Where Winds Meet, are you using the health potions?
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you're never like healing yourself.
No.
Okay.
Should
Well,
I?
there are health potions that you should use to heal yourself, like without having to go to a checkpoint. B, they are a limited resource that you need to craft. So it's worth it to like, okay, what ingredients do I need to make these health potions? Let me stock up on those from the shop so that I can then bulk use, a whole bunch of healing potions. Of course, when you get the healing fan, that's less of an issue.
Right. Okay. I mean, I just want like 2 days of everybody to just leave me alone and in the game not to have to update for me to just play a lot of this and figure this shit out. It's like the
Yeah.
more you play, the more you realize how much you don't know with this game.
Yes. And there are still
And
moments when I know, oh, I got a point in something and I want to upgrade it. How do I get to that menu again?
Oh, yeah, the menu system. The menu system's no joke. It takes a while. It takes a really long time to get anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. In the meantime,
Mhm.
when it was updating, I
Mhm.
played Skate Story.
Right. So tell me about Skate Story.
Let me get a video.
I'll
Uh,
pull it up. I can
okay.
pull up some Skate Story.
So Skate Story is a skating game,
Mhm.
skateboarding game specifically, but it's one that we saw a while ago at like the Game Awards or Summer Game Fest, where you play as a demon made of glass skateboarding through hell on a quest to eat the moon, which sounds wild. Um, in terms of gameplay, how it's structured is generally like a bunch of challenge runs through a level that you just go through with the skateboard. Very Tony Hawk style, with a very
Mhm.
different control scheme than Tony Hawk. There is a kind of hub world that you can skate around in, and that's the area where I'm at now. And I've just been I spent a lot of time in that hub world just jumping over random obstacles to get my head around the control scheme, because
Mhm.
even now, like 20 years after playing, no, 25 years after playing Tony Hawk, the muscle memory is still there. And this uses a very different control scheme. So I have to like keep fight my instincts to do tricks. But the game itself is really cool. The skateboarding feels good once you wrap your head around the new control scheme. But also, the game is shockingly funny, and there's a lot more writing to it than I expected.
Mhm.
The story is told through these cutscenes, um, and it's all text. And it's got this very cool visual style that looks like an old CRT TV. There's like a kind of grainy filter on everything.
Yeah.
But like in the beginning, you go after the moon and you like break the moon in half, and one demon is like, "What is this? This is hell. Let us suffer quietly. No skateboarding." And
Mhm.
there's a philosophical demon in the hub world. It's sort of governed over by this philosophy demon who's like, "Oh," who's just a statue, by the way, just a statue. You go up to it and you see this like statue of a like old Greek guy with a beard who's like, "Oh, why do you skateboard? What does it mean to feel the wheels on the ground?" Or you'll go across and you see him looking at a statue of himself going, debating with oneself. How do you ever win? And it's just a whole bunch of really funny, like faux philosophical bullshit.
Mhm.
But the writing is actually really good. And it's also like very trippy. Part of me thinks that I I shouldn't play more of this game until I get some edibles and get
Mhm.
high as fuck,
Oh,
because
real life edibles, you mean?
because that's the best way to appreciate this game, because this game is so fucking weird. It feels good to play. The writing is interesting, but also like shockingly surreal in what it shows you. It's a like surrealist comedy of a skateboarding game, which is
Mhm.
not. I was just expecting a skateboarding game with a cool art style. I wasn't expecting to laugh at this philosophy statue arguing with himself and arguing with me over the nature of skateboarding, and like
Mhm.
to have demons arguing with other demons about, no, he should be quiet. No skateboarding. Stop creating a racket, you noisy hooligan. It's like, oh god, it's like skateboarding in the 90s,
Skateboarding is not a crime.
Right, skateboarding is not a crime, but replace that and put it in hell with demons instead of police and authority figures. And it's like, oh, this is goofy and funny in all the right ways that I was
Uh-huh.
not expecting.
Nice. Again, don't mind me. I'm almost out of sugar. I know I put sugar somewhere. Where did all my sugar go?
It's also got a really good soundtrack
Oh,
that's
really? What is the
shockingly
soundtrack like?
it's very chill. But
Huh,
for a game
okay.
that's like very surreal and very intense in the skateboarding, the soundtrack is mainly from this band called Blood Cultures, who
Mhm.
does like a lot of kind of cool, chill indie rock. And so as you're skateboarding, you're just kind of getting into this zone of like, ooh, just kind of casually rocking out, listening to these, skeletons and statues talk about skeleton. Soon he'll realize his burger is missing pickles. That's one of the pieces of dialogue.
Okay.
Yeah, like it is a weird, awesome, chill game, and I'm really looking forward to playing it more because it's a very easy game to pick up and play for 20 minutes.
Oh, that's even better. Ugh, my
Yeah,
life.
not like
Yeah,
Where Winds Meet, where you could lose hours.
yeah, well, just hours just waiting for the download.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. It's a cool looking game. I kind of like it. So,
right. And the your character is made of glass, and
mhm,
so whenever you crash, it suddenly goes into first person mode, and it's like in a skateboarding video, if someone had a camcorder in the 90s and they crashed and it's like you from a
oh,
first person video, you see the camera fall to the ground and roll over a couple times with the sound of glass shattering. And it's just a fun visual that's like, oh man, I wiped out.
that's kind of neat. Well, it's that
It's
same
very
feeling. I'm
neat.
sure they got it from when they were making like, their own videos as, skateboarders
Oh yeah,
and
doing it with the
like a
fisheye
GoPro
lens.
on you and then it's like, you've got your GoPro on you and then it crashes and then the GoPro tumbling.
Hmm.
Interesting. All right. Coffee is done. Yeah, I have no other games. So did you play anything else at all?
Just that skate story and Where Winds Meet. I think I got a couple other things. Oh, I got Dispatch. I want to play Dispatch with Rachel.
The
Dispatch is like
the
a superhero dispatch game.
Mhm.
It's from a bunch of ex Telltale people, and it's been getting a
Mhm.
lot of rave reviews.
Right.
Basically, imagine if Iron Man lost his suit and then decided to become a superhero dispatcher
Right.
instead. And so a lot of the game is you just you coming into this group of superheroes has the dispatcher, and
Mhm.
just like the interpersonal dynamics of that. It's got a bunch of quirky superheroes, side characters. Oh, yeah, it also has multiple critical role voice actors.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking
I'm
forward
pulling
to
it up
to
here.
getting into that. And then other than that,
Yeah, there we go. There's
uh,
hold on a second. Dispatch. Let me
I
get
don't know.
it
Yeah,
into
this is
full
Dispatch.
screen. Yeah,
Oh,
I want
oh,
to get
full
it full
screen.
screen so you can see it. Um,
Yeah, this is like the actual video game part of Dispatch,
mhm.
not the dialogue driven choices. That's very telltale.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
superhero dispatch. So who from Critical Role is on this?
I think Laura Bailey, because she's in everything. I don't remember who else though.
Yeah, she does have get a lot of work. Hardest working girl in voiceovers, that's for sure.
Hmm.
Hold
Oh,
on. No,
interesting. AC
no.
Wraith says that Critical Role partnered with the studio, so it's a total investment.
Oh, that's
Well,
kind of
that
cool.
that really worked out well for them because the game made a bunch of people's like top 10 list for the year.
It
So,
seems like
yeah,
all of them have very, very good business sense when it comes to what we want. They get us very much so.
yeah.
and I'm going to try and move my computer and my coffee without dropping either and spilling one, because I hate it when I spill my computer.
When you spill,
I'm joking. All right,
I mean,
we're back.
I have
Yay.
dropped my computer at times, and that is not fun.
So, anything else before we move on to news?
No.
All right. So,
I
what?
assume you also haven't played Expedition 33.
No, I also see that's the downside. If I want to update Where Winds Meet, I would love to
You
be
could
able to
have
play Expedition 33, but I can't because in order to do it's also got an update waiting, so I would have to update that too. It's just that's one of the downsides that I hate about Steam versus a console. Is a console, while something's updating, you can go and play another game. You can't
You
do that with Steam. You can't play another game while another game is updating.
you absolutely can.
Well, no, because if they both need updates, you have to queue one and you have to stop the other. You
Well, yeah,
can't
you can.
have two
You
games
don't.
downloading at the same time, which you
Oh
can at
no, no. Even on consoles, everything downloads one at a time.
mm-mm. You can have two games downloading at the same time.
Not on PlayStation.
Yes, you can.
I've downloaded enough games.
I've downloaded a lot of games too. No, not downloaded, but updating. Updating. You can have two games updating at the same time. They take
No,
longer when you do two at once. In fact, many times I have had to stop and update because I've been downloading another game and it's going slower. And
I've
so in
only
order to
ever
speed it up, I actually have to stop other games from downloading.
I've only ever had it go one at a time.
I think maybe it's an option.
Maybe. But you could if Where Winds Meet is downloading an update, you can go and play Expedition 33.
No. I don't. I've tried to do that, and if maybe it's a preference that I have to click that it will allow you to play a game while you're downloading. But whenever I go to play a game while something else is downloading in the background, it stops the download.
What? No, that should not be the case. Like
Okay.
the computer's a multitasking machine.
I know, but it's very frustrating for me, and I
You can
remember having to
play
do
a
that. What was it?
game and download
Was it
at the same time.
Diablo? There was some game that was downloading, and if I stopped to play another game while it was downloading, then it would halt the download elsewhere.
That's wild.
Yeah, it must be a preference. Then I'll look to see. Anybody got any insight on that? Is it
AC
a
Wraith
thing?
ask if we actually finished Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I didn't even finish Kingdom Come Deliverance 1.
I did, but I haven't finished Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because my PlayStation is still at Chris's house, and that's actually good reminding me to bring it over here. The problem is that if I bring it over here, I won't play Where Winds Meet. I kind of want to play Where Winds Meet until I'm bored with it. Just method to my madness.
So no, didn't finish it, but you know what? I got a ton of good entertaining hours out of it. So I don't mind not finishing it.
I do. I very much do. All right. That's actually another New Year's resolution. I'm going to finish that game. I'm going to finish
Kingdom
that game,
Come?
goddammit. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I need to. This is my game.
I feel like you should get to the second area first.
No, I want to finish that game.
Oh.
This is my series. Now that we don't have Mass Effect, now that we don't have Dragon Age, well, we did, but it was awful. This is my last bastion of hope.
Well, look,
for
it will
the
you
RPG,
have-
the game that gets me. This is the game that gets me.
You have years to do it, and the game will absolutely take years to finish.
That's probably true.
I still have. I had to download a 75 gig update for Where Winds Meet, and so I was looking at. Okay, I got a bunch of games here. I have to delete something, and there were a couple games that I was looking at, and I thought, Battlefield 6. No, I still want to play some of that. Keep that on there. Chivalry? No, I can't delete Chivalry. That's too
Can
much
never
fun
delete
to go
Chivalry.
back and play a little bit.
Because
And then I
when you want to
saw,
play it, you want to play it right now with your friends because you're drunk, you've had an edible, and you need to do it.
but then I saw
Mhm.
taking up a full 150
Baldur's Gate.
gigabytes. Baldur's Gate 3. And I was
Yep.
looking at thinking, nah.
You cannot. No, we can't do that.
I
We
still
can't
I
do that.
still gotta finish the game. I stopped right at Act
I still
3,
have
and
to.
I will.
I finished in the last half hour of the game. I mean, I stopped in the last half hour of the game. I've got to go back to it. The problem is I'm in this big fight. I'm in this huge fight, and I don't remember how to play the game. It's a
Look,
very complicated
I
fight.
mean, look, you're close enough to the end. Let's just round up. You can just round up and say you finished it.
But I want to know how it finishes because of all the decisions that I made.
Oh, that is true.
It's not the same game. Your game and my game will be very different.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Anyway, can we do the news?
Yeah.
All right. Then let's hit the
Oh, that's
news.
right. I forgot that I had played 1,000 times Resist in Florida, and I never went back to it. I got to finish that game because that game is, again, I'm playing a lot of real trippy, wild stuff between Skate Story and 1,000 times Resist. But
Yeah, you need to.
holy shit, that game is.
Stock up on your edibles.
God. I mean, honestly, both of those games are just like, what the hell is going on? Do
Man,
I know?
I mean,
I don't know,
this is-
man. But I'm loving where this is going. I'm
yeah,
loving the trip.
I don't know if I'm going to get us banned on any of the platforms, but if you need some, I have like a whole like canister of them that I never use. So
No,
you can have
it's
them.
okay. Thank you.
Some very good Caminos. They're lovely. They're called social.
Social.
They don't make me social at all. I had
That's
a quarter
false
of a one,
advertising.
and it made me a sofa. Is what it made me. It made me an absolute a kitchen throw rug. It just lie down and just.
That's when you play Skate Story.
Well, I've got the stuff for it if you want. Okay, so
News?
news. All right, let's hit the news. This is the GameHounds news, the news, views, and commentary of the week in gaming with Gamer Edie and Nick Nicola. And our first item is
I'd say probably the big one. Ubisoft closed their Halifax studio in Canada. Just a couple in Canada. Just a couple weeks after they voted to unionize. And naturally, they say that no, this is just typical cost-cutting measures. We're just looking to streamline the business, but it also really, really looks like union busting, or at the very least, like they were always going to close a studio, and why not close the studio that unionized?
Mm-hmm. And it was a full studio unionization. It wasn't just
full studio unionization and full studio closure.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's union busting. Let's call it for what it is. It's union busting.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they were actually afraid that they were union busting or might be seen as union busting, they wouldn't have closed the studio right after. I mean, within a week of the full studio unionization being announced.
It was a couple weeks, I believe.
No, I would think it was like a week. It was almost instantaneous. Even so, couple of weeks doesn't really matter. So shortly after the entire studio unionized. So playing devil's advocate a little bit, though, if you knew that your studio was going to be shut down and you wanted to throw a tiny bit of a monkey wrench that might slow down the progress of it, one of the things you might do is unionize the full studio so that it may cause the company pause to actually close your studio versus another studio.
Apparently not.
In this case, it didn't work. I'm not saying that Ubisoft is 100% guilty. I'm saying it looks really bad. However, devil's advocate, it could have been intentionally played by the employees of the studio in order to make it look like union busting, to make it slightly more difficult for them to close the
Are you
studio
trying to
easily.
get hired by Ubisoft?
No,
Are you
no,
trying to
no.
become trying to become a Ubisoft PR manager?
Just doing fair and balanced that might have been something
Balance.
they thought of doing.
That's some
The
loaded
chances
word.
of that being the case, I would say, are pretty slim. I mean, realistically, it probably is the former than the latter, but I'm not saying that the latter is impossible, like not viable at all. It's viable, just not very viable.
I would say, to play devil's advocate, that this in some way might be beneficial to the studio, because at least, even though they're no longer under Ubisoft, they were all fired together, which means they could all create a new studio together because they still have the group, the people
Right.
together.
Right.
So
I
they
mean,
can at
that's how
least,
it happened with Pandemic. That's how I forget what was created out of Pandemic when
I mean, a lot
Pandemic
of
closed.
studios were, but like they could do that. And honestly, at this point, getting out of the AAA business may be good. Like, it's kind of a sinking ship, and you need to jump on those lifeboats where you can. And this may be a lifeboat. Or at the very least, it gives them the opportunity to make their own game, like Sandfall Interactive did. A bunch of
Having
ex-Ubisoft people there.
We're having doggy nightmares. Could you see
Oh,
it?
I see the little twitching.
Yeah.
Those aren't nightmares. That's just dreaming.
He's dreaming of chasing squirrels.
Exactly. So no sudden movements. You can't wake him up.
When I wake her up when she's down
Mm.
that deep, she wakes up and she has that look in her eyes like she does not know where she is.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
absolutely.
cute.
So yeah, it sucks, but this is also Ubisoft itself is kind of a sinking ship. Let's see how, Ubisoft has basically sold itself to China. EA has basically sold itself to Saudi Arabia.
Wait. AC Ray says, call it like it is. Gosh, I've seen full shoulder cam footage, and I'm sure Ubisoft is innocent. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ubisoft was being
Anyway.
attacked by the Halifax studio. They
Oh,
shot in
absolutely. They were about
self-defense.
to run him over with a car. That's why we shot them in the back.
Yes, they were fired out of self-defense.
Self-defense. Yeah, don't get me started about that whole thing. I am so upset about that.
Okay,
Do you know the backstory on
then
her?
we can move on.
She has 2 children, and she's a widow as of 1 year ago. She was widowed a year ago. And now those children are orphans. Oh my god. Anyway, leaving that right there.
Okay. On that note, we'll go to the more lighthearted story.
Yeah.
So after the whole debacle with
Yeah.
Larian saying that they were testing out generative AI, they promised to do an AMA on Reddit, and they did. And in that AMA, there's a lot of fun tidbits about the development process, but also a very quick backpedaling on the use of AI in the whole development process.
Mm-hmm.
So the backlash worked. Larian is definitely like, I don't think they are completely jettisoning generative AI from their process, but they're definitely lessening it. And they made a point of saying that they're not using any text generation. I think the CEO Sven Venek, no, I think the head writer was saying that when using the text generation, it's like 3 out of 10 at best, and my first drafts are like 4 out of 10. So, there's that. But in addition to that, they had, revealed a bunch of interesting little tidbits. One of them was about randomized loot. So in Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, a lot of the loot was random. So, when you defeated an enemy, you didn't get a specific handcrafted. No, the loot was like randomly generated. It wasn't handcrafted and designed like a something from D&D would be.
Right.
And they said that was a little confusing. They said fully random loot is frequently confusing, so we added more and more rules and pre-made patterns to make it feel more intentional. In the end, randomization did not save us much time. So again, that was kind of a tangent from the generative AI conversation, in that in the era before generative AI, when Divinity Original Sin came out, they tried something like that and still found it to be a little lacking, to the point where they added so many rules to the random system that it wasn't really random.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things, someone asked them about like limitations that they encountered with Baldur's Gate 3, and they said that a lot of the limitations came from just the 5e rule system, which was made for tabletop, not video games. So a lot of the limitations came from that. And I think you could kind of see that comparing Original Sin to Baldur's Gate, where Original Sin had a bit more like environmental interactions that you could only do in a video game, that a tabletop game isn't really designed for, like elemental interactions. They talked about Will, the head writer, the senior writer at Larian, talked about how Will's character arc in BG3 kind of didn't really come in until the last second. He said we eventually tied him to Duke Ravengard and started to work on that element of his arc just in time for me to get unexpectedly ill. I was out of the office for quite a while, and again after the epilogue's release. So Will's story kind of got a little undercut by that. And then there was one other thing that, what was it? They tease that you'll be able to do something in Divinity that you haven't been able to do in any other game of theirs, that it's staring you right in the face as soon as you begin. And a lot of people speculate that it is swimming. Because if you think Baldur's Gate opens, there's a whole river. There's a whole bunch of water in that opening area. Can't touch it. Can't touch it. You're muted. You're muted. No, I cannot hear you. I still can't hear you. Wait, am I muted? No, my volume is up. Oh, wait. No, I think it's on me then. Why am I... Wait, can you hear me? Okay. AC Ray says Edie is muted, so I guess it's not me. But then I also can't hear sound on my computer. Okay, Edie's saying, hold on a second. I'm also trying to hold on a second because I can't hear. Okay, there's... Now, can you all still hear me? I changed a couple settings, and now I can hear the YouTube video in the background, but I don't know if you can still hear me. So I need to know, AC Wraith, am I audible? Yes. Okay. Good. Thank you. In that case, I guess I'll just continue. Yeah, they speculated it'll be swimming because there's a lot of things, which is kind of a lot of games don't have swimming because it just adds so much work to the whole development process. And the question is why? What do you get out of it? But if this is what they want, I think that's cool. Moving on to the next story. Xbox has announced a developer direct for January 22nd, and they've specifically said that they're going to be showing off Forza Horizon 6, Fable, and Beast of Reincarnation, which I don't know if we've seen this before, but this is an action RPG coming from Game Freak, which is known for making all of the Pokemon games. It's described as it'll show off their protagonist's innovative plant manipulation action and gameplay with her canine companion. So, running around with a dog and plants. But I think it's more interesting that just this is the adult action RPG coming from the Pokemon developer. So that should at least be intriguing to see. Forza Horizon 6, I think, it's not necessarily a known quantity, but the Forza team has kind of always put out pretty good racing games, and this will just show more of them driving around Japan. And Fable is kind of the big one. So they'll actually show some gameplay from Fable, which got delayed last year and was kind of MIA for a while. So it will be nice just to see that game is still alive. And those are the 3 games they will talk about. They're not going to go into any more, which I do kind of like. I like this showcase that reveals what the developers are able to really talk about a game for a while and show off the gameplay and talk about the gameplay instead of just showing trailer, to have some context for the trailer and context for what we see is, I think, a lot nicer. You think reporters could just follow the breadcrumbs? To Fable? Oh, just track down Fable by following the breadcrumbs? That's right. I forgot that game had one of the first are you lost? Just hit this button and a line will show you where your objective is. Oh, the first Fable was had a lot of legacy mechanics in it, or mechanics that like became legacy features. Anyways, yeah. So that's coming January 22nd from Xbox. All those games will probably come to PlayStation within a year of release. Let's see. And then, this is one I kind of want to wait for Edie for, but since she's not here. So Valve has discontinued the LCD Steam Deck. And this is coming from The Verge. So they've discontinued the LCD version. And that is the cheaper low-end version. That was $399, so $400. Now, the lowest price for a Steam Deck is $550, which, why does that keep? Oh, no. Okay, that's why. It's got a timer off, save, show, and keep that there. Okay. Yeah, so now the lowest price for a Steam Deck is $550 as opposed to $400. That's a pretty big jump in price, and it kind of changes the conversation because a lot of the reason people were talking about the Steam Deck has a really good handheld, especially in light of the $1,000 Xbox Rogue Ally X, is the price. The fact that you could get this really good gaming handheld for less than half of that device. Excuse me. But now that's no longer the case. And it's unclear why it was discontinued. I imagine it's just a matter of the cost isn't worth it. But that's kind of a frightening harbinger of what this year will come. And it really makes me wonder how much these Steam machines will cost, because if they're canceling this low end device, then that means the Steam machine, at the very least, is going to cost as much as a Steam Deck, if not more. And yeah, the pricing hell that we are in, that we kind of talked about last week, is affecting new hardware every week. Not a good position to be in. Okay, I'm not sure where Edie went. Oh. Hello?
I have no idea what happened.
You're there. I can hear you.
No idea what happened, but something profound happened with the headset. And actually, it was with the computer. I had to restart twice. Don't know. Anyway,
We hear you.
yay. I love being heard. So, tell
So
me
yeah,
more.
I was just talking about how the LCD Steam Deck is discontinued. So now the lowest handheld price is $550, not $400. And how, the pricing that we talked about last week is affecting new hardware every week. Every week there's a new model getting discontinued, or
Yeah.
something else is going up in price, and discontinuing the affordable Steam Deck is just one more
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
consequence of
I
that.
called it. I said that this was going to be the year of price hikes, and it is the year of price hikes. And
Even
in
even
a
when
way of price hiking it's
yeah,
discontinuing the cheapest models.
yep. Yeah,
That
exactly
is a
that.
price hike. Just by another name, another form of it. Well, that
Okay.
sucks. I guess
And
that means my
yeah.
my old Steam Deck, the first one that I lost and then found, and then lost again and then found it again. I guess that it means that it's a
It's now a
collector's
collector's
item.
item.
Mhm.
And see, you invested in it. It's good you didn't sell it before, because now you might be able to sell it for even more.
I doubt it. I could probably sell it now for $3.99
Oh, absolutely. That would
because
be
now
a that would
with
be
the
a
cheapest
steal.
one, yeah, I could probably sell it for what I bought it for.
You probably sell it for more. Let's be honest.
I could probably sell it for $4.50 and it'd still be cheaper than the $5.49.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my last story. Oh wait, let me edit this banner so that it doesn't
Well, when
disappear
you
after
do
10
that, let me
seconds.
hit my
Oh,
one my
okay,
one
okay.
story. I do have one story. Let's talk about are we at GameStop's final last gasp? And unfortunately, I realized when I restarted this computer, I actually lost my link for it. Where was it? It was at there. So,
Oh, AC Wraith had mentioned that the base version of the Odin 3 can be bought for 330, pre-ordered for 330. But I believe that's an emulator device. I don't think that's a full standalone handheld.
yeah, I can't imagine that would be a standalone handheld at that price. So, uh, on the official
Yeah,
GameStop Reddit
Android
page,
handheld gaming device,
yeah,
which is still
s-
great, still effective, but it's not the same as a Steam Deck. It's not going to be playing Elden Ring.
right. So it is the end of the year.
Anyways,
There were a bunch of SEC filings that are required by corporations, and one of them was from GameStop. GameStop, in its December 2025 SEC filing, noted that it closed 590 stores in 2024 and that it plans on, quote, closing a significant number of additional stores in fiscal 2025. Fiscal 2025 ends January 31st, 2026, which means that there are a lot more stores that are of GameStop stores that are going to be closing this year and in the next half month if they haven't already. They have been closing stores in various countries worldwide. This same SEC filing also said that the company has already, quote, exited, which we know what that means. That means they left the country of Austria, Ireland, and Switzerland. In 2024, it shut down operations in Germany, and it sold off its Italian subsidiary. So, GameStop is doing one of those deaths that was only propped up and made slower by the whole Bad Bunny. Was it Bad Bunny? What was the name of the person? Angry Rabbit,
No. What?
whatever that guy on the Wall Street
Oh,
stocks
yeah.
thing.
No, not Bad Bunny. That's a musician.
Yeah, it was another bunny related person. What was his name?
I forget. But yeah, this is a I thought that, GameStop was going to the moon,
Yeah,
right?
no, it's not
Wall
going to the
Street
moon.
bets. This was
Mm-mm.
the bet. They were gonna break the stock market by betting on GameStop.
But don't worry, Crypto Bro CEO Ryan Cohen, who purchased the company and then started a bunch of very bad ideas, including the trading marketplace for NFTs and a bunch of other stuff. He will score a 35 billion.
Oh,
I wrote
wait.
million. $35 billion payout if they can hit $100 billion market cap.
Yeah. So AC Wraith put in the chat the quotes, which are wonderful. I don't know who wrote this article, but they deserve like recognition and prize. They say he was promised 35 billion payout in stock options, but only if the retailer reaches a market cap of 100 billion and reaches cumulative earnings of at least 10 billion. These are ambitious numbers.
These are ambitious numbers.
That feels like such wonderfully subtle shade.
But,
These
I
are
don't know.
ambitious numbers.
These are very ambitious numbers. Now, they've done their best. I mean, by best, it's the kind of best a crypto bro could do. They tried a bunch of partnering with influencers, including a popular e-girl who went viral over a Best Buy ad. And my favorite one
over a Best Buy ad, not a GameStop ad.
No,
Best Buy.
she did Best Buy, and they're like, "Hey, we'll hire her." Or anyway, but my favorite one recently was they did a trade anything day.
Oh, okay, wait, that was written by Patricia Hernandez at Polygon, who is a great writer, and it's a shame that I can no longer in good conscience read Polygon after it was bought by Valnet scum.
True.
But yeah, Patricia Hernandez is great.
So they did a trade anything day. So the rules said you couldn't bring in hazardous chemicals, medications, or certain electronics like MetaQuest headsets, but they said we will trade in anything. And that got them taxidermied animals. They got a stuffed bobcat and a half-chewed goose. Other customers, and I'm reading this out of Kotaku, returned the Netflix disc to install Netflix on your streaming service. A gift shop replica of the Declaration of Independence. Somebody traded in a plastic spoon. Someone included a social security card. A guy traded in his dog.
What? Oh, that poor dog.
So let's see. They said no. They said no. They wouldn't take the dog.
Okay.
Exclusions for it did include live or dead animals. They did when the guy tried to trade.
Wait, it said dead animals, but they accept taxidermied animals?
Apparently. Let's see.
No dead animals unless they look good.
Somebody, another staffer, someone tried to trade in a dildo. Had someone come to the store and they full on slapped it on the table. There were a lot of kids on the store, so I got upset and kicked him out. Well, word got to my district manager, and apparently my regional manager is blaming my whole store and the district manager for crashing out and letting this to happen. One customer drew a face on a leaf. They didn't take that trade in. Somebody brought in a piece of lint. GameStop did not decline that.
How much do
Food
they get for the
items
wings?
were fair game as long as they weren't immediately imperishable. In fact, some stores said that they were encouraging players to bring in canned foods that could easily be donated to local food drives for the holiday season.
Okay.
That resulted in everything from Pokemon Campbell's soup and Vienna sausages to be donated. Somebody got a $5 store credit for tangy barbecue McDonald's sauce.
Wait, that's like the tiny little packets from McDonald's, or like an
Yep.
actual bottle?
Yep. Somebody traded in sex dolls.
So sex dolls,
Sex
okay.
dolls.
Dildos, no.
No. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I'll give them credit that they definitely got a bunch of attention from the news and from the media, and they did give out a bunch of $5 vouchers that I'm not sure anybody will ever use. But they're definitely on their way to making doing their best to make this a
These are absolutely
this last gasp something
yeah.
spectacular.
These are absolutely the last gasps of a dying company that is just desperate. If if they could jump on the AI train in some way, they would. But there's
Mhm.
like we
They
sell
can't.
we
They're
sell physical retail. We
okay.
can't AI physical retail.
I mean, they've tried everything else. They tried
Oh,
NFTs, they
they
tried
got
crypto
big into
coin.
NFTs. Yeah.
Yeah, they did their best. But given that they are about to close a ton more stores in the next half month, we have not got word of how many stores they've closed in 2025.
So
But
it was
if they closed for almost 500 in 2024,
yeah, so
I
AC
would
Ray
imagine it's going to rival or exceed that.
Oop. Okay. Yeah. 590 closed in 2024, and the number in 2025 jumped from 295 to 400.
Oh, okay. So we have an update on
So
that.
it's, yeah.
I don't know how many more stores do they have. That's the
I don't
thing I
know.
don't get. How many stores do they have open? GameStop stores still open. How many? As of February 2025, they had 3,203 stores, 2,300 of which are in the United States and 193 in Canada.
So
But
3,000
the
minus
Canadian
about
operations
400.
were sold in May of 2025, so they don't even have that.
Okay.
They've exited Australia, and Europe. So it looks like they may only have their fewer than 3,200 stores open still. They definitely have fewer than 3,203 because that number included 193 in Canada. So they're down to fewer than 2,000 stores. And then take off another, I don't know what they said, 400 stores. So take off another 200. So they're now down to like 1,800 stores.
Yeah. They got nothing.
Yeah, there's not a lot, and it's getting less all the time. So yeah, this is I mean, question. Do you think that they're gonna make it to the end of 2026? I can't see that happening.
I imagine they will, just because they're a fucking cockroach.
They're gonna they're gonna survive the nuclear holocaust. I don't know that they're gonna be able to survive what's happening in the economy this time.
You know what happens in
So
Fallout?
many people that
It
don't cut back on their like make good incomes and are like I've known that have never had an issue with income are like, I think I'm gonna like start saving now, or I'm gonna back off right now. It's it's coming. We haven't seen it yet, but the great belt tightening is happening on the ground level that is not quite hit yet the other economic numbers, the high level
I
economic
mean,
numbers
I
you'll
think
see, like the stock market. Everybody's looking like, oh, stock market's going great. I'm like, yeah, but people aren't spending right now. And that
that
takes
would
a little
work
while to
out.
get to work through the economy.
That would work in their favor because then people would trade in their games. They're like, "Oh, I need some extra cash. I'm going to trade in some games to buy a new game."
I don't know that. There's not a lot of old physical copies of
I
games.
mean, no, there's not.
There's really not.
But
They've
if
kind
they
of mined
lint,
that out.
they accept lint and sex dolls and canned
Only
food.
on that one day, and they did not make any money on that. All
Yeah,
that
but just
was for
just wait
notoriety and
until
for
the
headlines.
economic collapse happens and everyone's lining up to trade in their trash at GameStop, and then GameStop can rebrand, has a
Junk
donation
stop.
company. Yeah, Junk
Yeah,
Stop.
junk
Yeah,
stop.
powered by AI.
Mhm.
No, but in the Fallout universe, when all the nuclear bombs have dropped, there will be one GameStop open that sells Twinkies.
Hey, do you want my $1 million idea?
What?
Okay. It's not a $1 million idea, but somebody wants to make a quick buck. I don't know if you knew this, but Wendy's actually sells Wendy's chili in a can.
Hmm.
I saw it last night on the shelves of Lenardi's supermarket
I don't think
in.
I've ever had Wendy's chilies.
What is wrong with you?
I don't go to Wendy's for chili.
Okay, chat room, back me up on this. Wendy's chili's amazing, right? It's the best thing that they make. They used to have the baked potatoes.
I'm
The
not going
baked
to a
potato
fast
with
food for
Wendy's chili on it with cheese on top was the best thing in fast food. Chat room, I want your input on this. Wendy's, I'm not even going to make its own banner. Like it or not, Wendy's chili. Hold on a second. I have to make the change here because they have this new thing where
Wendy's
they
Wendy's chili at home.com.
Is there something called Wendy's chili at home? Really?
Yeah, that's the website you can go to get the chili.
Or you could just go to like some supermarkets, like Lenardi's in Redwood City has Wendy's chili and Wendy's chili without beans on the shelves. So I looked it up on Amazon.
What's chili
And you
without
can buy
beans?
Wendy's chili. It's like $5 a can, but you got to buy it in a pack of 6. It's not bad. $5 a can. That's about right. It was like $7 a can at Lenardi, so it's actually cheaper. But Lenardi's is one of those super swanky, rich kind of supermarkets where you only go there if you want meat, but you have to get like a perfect cut of meat. They're crazy, stupid expensive. Now, here's my $1 million idea, because you can buy Wendy's chili on Amazon. You know what you can't buy on Amazon that you can buy in the stores? Wiener Schnitzel. Wiener
Okay.
Schnitzel's chili. Wiener Schnitzel makes some fantastic chili for their chili dog. It's really quite good, and you can buy it in a can at a Wiener Schnitzel. But it's not on any shelves on any stores, and you can't buy it on Amazon, which means you can go and put it available on Amazon for more than what you can buy it I have no idea how much it costs at a Wiener Schnitzel. And you could sell it.
Wait,
And you don't even
is
have
it
to
canned?
buy it. It's canned.
Okay.
Buy it in a can. You don't even have to buy it ahead of time. Just take a picture buy a can, take a picture of the can, sell it in a pack of 6, and then don't buy any more cans of it. Just when somebody orders, go to Wiener Schnitzel, buy 6 cans, stick it in a jar in a box and mail it. You don't even have to do any income. You don't have to buy this stuff ahead of time. there is absolutely no buy-in to becoming the Wiener Schnitzel chili king of Amazon.
I don't know. I feel like you're overestimating the appeal of Wiener Schnitzel chili.
Have you ever had Wiener Schnitzel chili on a hot dog?
No?
It's really good. We might have to actually that would be a really good stream of you and me getting Wendy's chili and Wiener Schnitzel chili and making a hot dog and taste testing the chili dogs using both of those.
I could be into that. I could be
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah.
AC Wraith said that he's never been to a Wendy's because apparently there are none within 20 miles, according to their website.
Really? Oh, well, there's your $1 million idea. Open a Wendy's.
I don't know if that's $1 million
Anybody else
idea.
in the chat room? Is it just AC Wraith in the chat room at this point? It looks like he's just AC Wraith. Dudes, Wendy's chili. You know what? If you're listening to this show as a podcast, email, and I will set up the email. Chili
Or just go to
at GameHounds.net. I want to
Oh my
know
God.
your opinion of Wendy's chili.
Just
because
put a
Wendy's
poll in
chili
the Discord.
is good. I'll put a poll in the Discord as well. If
Yeah,
you look,
and would
if you
you eat
look up
this?
Wendy's
Wendy's
chili and look in news, there was recently an article about the best fast soups at fast food soups. Number 1 being the Panera chicken soup. Number 2 being Wendy's chili. It's good stuff.
Okay.
All right. So, chili at gamehounds.net, or better yet, go into our Discord. You can find our Discord links in the descriptions, or go to our website, gamehounds.net. There is a link there, or just look it up on Discord. Look up GameHounds on Discord. You will see the GameHounds logo. Go into that Discord, join it, and vote. All right. Anyway, so that was not only my one article, but my one tangent.
We only get one tangent per episode.
No, we get one tangent each per episode.
Okay, yeah. My final story was a leak that came out on like a Chinese website that NVIDIA is indefinitely delaying their RTX mid 50 series cards. So right now, the RTX like 5070, 5080, and 5090 were the most recent cards to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, they'd have like a mid-series refresh, like a PS5 Pro equivalent. And those were the RTX 50 Super cards.
Mm-hmm.
They're delaying those RTX 50 Super cards indefinitely. And a lot of the speculation is that that's because with this bottleneck of memory that's impacting the production pipeline of new cards, and NVIDIA would just rather make the cards that they are making and sell them to AI companies than create this new consumer level card.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me at all. I don't blame them. And, huge props to, what's the name of the guy that's head of NVIDIA?
I don't know. Mr. Leather Jacket.
Yeah, NVIDIA CEO. Jensen Huang. I'll give props to NVIDIA. That is something completely unrelated. In California, there is going to be a proposition to create what they're calling a billionaire tax, which is a one-time payment of 5% extra 5% income tax to billionaires, people that make $1 billion, $1,000 million, 1% one-time charge that they can actually spread out over 4 years. So they could either do 5% once, or 4% over 4 years, or 1% over 4 years, or over 5 years. And there has been no end of articles about billionaires. 3, 4, was it? No, that was 5. That was 5. I missed one. Nick sneezed. There's been no end of articles locally about how billionaires are like, fuck this, we're leaving, we're going to Texas. A bunch of billionaires apparently moving to Texas. Jensen Huang, arguably one of the richest people in California, is like, that's fine. That's okay. That's not going to affect me in the least. It is not going to affect how I live. It is not going to affect me. And it's a small price to pay to be in the center of where technology is. There's a reason why we're in California is this is where technology is. This is where the best and the brightest are. So I'm not moving. I love it here. And it's a small price to pay to ensure that other people can live here too. Essentially, it's going to go to cover healthcare costs, hopefully help subsidize healthcare now that the federal government is no longer providing subsidies for um, the marketplaces, for healthcare marketplaces. So, yeah, he's like, that's okay. That's fine. I don't need it comes out to some insane amount. It's like over $1 billion for him. And he's like, it's fine. Literally, I'm not going to miss it. It's fine. Take it. If that's what you need to run this state and keep this state running the way it is, do it.
I think
So
if we've learned
I'm
anything,
all Nvidia. I am pro Nvidia these days.
I think if we've learned anything from the past 5 years, it's that the most petty, childish motherfuckers on the planet
Fucking
are rich
billionaires.
people. Those fucking
Yes.
billionaires are
Yes.
just so
Yes.
goddamn petty, cheapskate motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah. They are.
And I'm comfortable.
And totally out of touch.
I'm
Totally out of touch of what
painting it with broad strokes. Every billionaire, every single one,
is a petty motherfucker.
petty cheapskate motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Gates, oh yeah, he donated a lot to charity. Petty cheapskate motherfucker.
Well,
Don't care.
Melinda made him do that.
Melinda did. Bill, petty
Bill's
cheapskate
a
motherfucker.
petty cheapskate motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's
Oh yeah. So
as gonna do.
Yeah. So with Nvidia, that was my story about Nvidia. That
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna see a mid-tier, series refresh, like the PS5 Pro equivalent of cards because of memory shortages.
Mm-hmm.
So that also calls into question, what will the 60 series be, if there will be a 60 series?
There may not. I mean, there'll be a 60 series
also,
for Enterprise, but
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be a 60 series for
but also like that kind of forces the
consumers.
question, is that okay?
Yes.
Because do we need, what exactly does this card get you over a 40 series that is like significant? The visual gains and the processing gains have been descending rapidly. It is a what's the term for it? Like the more you go, you're diminishing returns.
Mm-hmm.
We've been
Right.
seeing diminishing returns of hardware in gaming for a long time. And at a certain point, we're just going to have to accept that, like, we don't need new hardware. At least not like every 10 years. Maybe that cycle needs to increase to like 15 to 20 years.
Video cards have tried to do what Apple does with iPhones. Is that they release a new iPhone every year.
But here's the thing, even the iPhones are hitting diminishing returns.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And they have been for a very, very long time. And it used to be that I was the person that said, I'm not giving up my old iPhone. It's fine. I don't need it for anything more. And I would catch unbelievable shit from people like, you've got to get a new iPhone, dude. You're running on an iPhone 6. They're currently iPhone 11. You don't need another one. You need another one. I'm like, no, I really, really don't. I'm fine with my iPhone 6. And, I got an iPhone 16 because, I was seeing what Chris had on his iPhone 15, and when he went up to an iPhone 16, I'm like, that's kind of nice. Okay, I'll get a 16. And
I
to
mean,
be
when
honest,
you upgrade to
I spent
something
$1,000
pretty
on this
close.
thing, and it doesn't really do any more than what my old one did. It maybe does it a little faster, which I guess is worth it, but I don't see me changing this phone at least for another 7 to 8 years unless something really, really upgrades. As long as the battery works, as long as everything loads properly and I don't get like, "Oh, you can't use this app anymore because it doesn't work anymore on your phone," which was what happened with my old phone is that my company forced me to upgrade because
Mm.
they couldn't install the security software that they needed to for Vituity,
But see,
the healthcare
now,
company.
when you upgrade the phone, there's a bunch of apps that no longer run on it because they're not upgraded.
I have a ton of those.
I
I
have a
have a ton
folder
of
on
those.
this phone that's just games that are no longer supported, so that
Mhm.
if I wanna play them, I can go back to the old iPhone, but, like,
Yeah.
there's when you upgrade, you're leaving apps behind.
Right. Right. So I think that NVIDIA very much has been buying into the iPhoneification of you gotta get a new one out every single year because everybody buys a new one every single year, whether they want it or not, because they like to swing their dick around and say that I have the latest graphics card. But I think that given the economics now, not only of just the dollars and cents economics, but also the economics of manufacturing when it comes to creating these new consumer products that they don't have ready access to the components in order to make them possible, having that squeeze from both ends, not only in the manufacturing and the purchasing, I think that there has to be a reality that you can't do a new one every single year. You
I think
do a new one when there is a significant upgrade.
I think that's why NVIDIA is very happy for the AI boom because they can
They're
cash in on that,
and they
has
can stop
the
doing that thing that they do.
but also, like, they were hitting the limits of the consumer market, right? They
Mhm.
as a public company, they needed to grow, and their product just wasn't giving the same returns year to year. That NVIDIA actually was pretty invested in AI before AI became the big buzzword of the decade, because they were using it for frame generation. They were
Mhm.
using it to, you know, upscale. They were using AI to kind of fake visual boosts that they couldn't get from the actual hardware. So they were already like, we're investing in AI because that's a way to fake gains that the hardware can't actually produce. And then everyone wanted NVIDIA cards for AI production itself.
Mhm. AC Ray says, I have a $60 Android variant phone. It does everything I need and it has a great battery. Yeah, I couldn't use that because that wouldn't be able to do all the things I need to do since I do a significant amount of work on my phone.
I'm thinking of you a work phone.
No, they just give me money for my phone.
Hmm.
I get $100 a month, $150 a month for my work. That's for phone.
Okay. Usually they like give people a work phone.
Nah.
Okay.
Why? When they could just give you money every month.
I don't know. I know people that have two phones. One's a work phone, one's a personal
Nah.
phone.
Nah, 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 nah.
Oh, hi, Shepard.
No, we're not that big a company. We only have 26 employees now. Well, 27 now as of the beginning of the year. 27 employees. We're not that big a company.
That's only $27,000 to buy everyone a new iPhone.
They would rather just give us $1,000 on our of cash at the Christmas party, which is what you got to see. Yeah. That which isn't our Christmas bonus, incidentally. That wasn't our Christmas bonus. Our Christmas bonus was our prop
Ow,
was
ow.
we get our profit sharing at the end of the year, which was
That's nice.
another more than well, it was four figures, but it was mid four figures. So
Nice.
that goes into our account, but that gets taxed. But then there's this little like, here's a little Christmas present for you
You know what they
that's
should do next year
not
if they really
taxed.
want to pass out something valuable? Give you some RAM, some memory. Just pass out memory chips.
Yeah.
AC Wraith said that the only thing he can't do on his phone is play modern games, which he doesn't do on his phone anyways.
I do play some games on my phone. I played All in Whole for quite some time. I was playing, what was I playing on the phone?
Balatro?
I was playing a lot. Ooh. By the way, I got, man, I don't know how I feel about this. Is it okay as the girlfriend to be the recipient of all of the stuff that when he upgrades it, he gives me
Yes.
the old one?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
But he's very irresponsible in doing this.
That just works out for you,
Like
which
he
also works out for me.
right, and I keep telling him just put a bow on it and make it my Christmas present. So, and he won't do that. He's like, that's not a Christmas present. I'm like, yes, it is. So he had never, prior to me, did not own a Roomba, and he bought a Roomba mid last year, the top of the line Roomba that they have, and loved it. And then Christmas time came around and he's like, I kind of want to get one for downstairs. And then he saw that there were massive sales on these other ones. And so then he got one that's not Roomba. That's not like the super, super do one. It's the super, super duper one is now I want to say Roboblocks or Roblox. It's not Roblox, but Robo something that makes a like, and they were, I think they're $1,200, but he got them for $800, and he decided that he wanted one for downstairs that does mopping. And then he got that and saw that it was on sale, so he got two, one for upstairs, one for downstairs, which means that the not even a year old top of the line Roomba was mothballed, and he gave it to me, and it's sitting brought it over and brought it to me. It's like the TV set. It's like a 77-inch OLED, but he wanted one slightly bigger, slightly newer, so he gave me the 77-inch OLED and the $900 Roomba. And now
I've
he's
said
given
before,
me
when he gets a new TV, I want your TV.
okay. And now
I will happily benefit from this downstream effect because you know what? You know what's going to happen? I'll give my TV to my dad.
That's
All
right.
of his TVs are just my old TVs. See, Chris is fuck, what's the term? Trickle down economics. This is trickle down economics at work.
This is trickle down economics actually working. So the latest one is that he bought a brand new iPad over Christmas. Top of the line, biggest one to make.
Okay.
So he took his old, because Claire she didn't like her old iPad anymore because, I don't know.
It had a fingerprint on the screen.
Yeah, or something. So he's like, okay, I'll buy a new iPad and give her my old one. But then her old iPad, I'm going to give to you. And I'm like, put a bow on it, and that's my Christmas present. And he's like, I don't like the fact that you're playing All in Hold and Balatro on your phone. That's ludicrous. I'm like, why is it ludicrous?
Isn't he playing Balatro on his phone?
No, he plays it on his iPad.
Oh, okay.
He goes, you got to play it on an iPad. And I'm like, the only thing I use my iPad for is to read books. And when I'm at your house, I use my phone. And he's like, no. Get the iPad. Take the iPad. I'm like, then put a bow on it. It's my Christmas present. He goes, no, I can't do that. I'm like, yes, you can. His ice maker, his super duper, like those pellet ice, that special kind of ice that you can chew very easily. He really likes that ice. So he bought an ice maker like that, a top of the line GE ice maker. I think it was like $900.
Oh my God.
So there's a new one out that's $1,100. So he's getting rid of the old one. He goes, do you want the ice maker? I'm going to give you the ice maker. I'm like, I don't need an ice maker.
Wait, what new technology is there in the field of ice making that requires an update to the hardware?
What does the new one do? I don't remember what the new one does.
How does it make ice better?
I think the old one is Wi-Fi enabled. What does this one do? I don't remember.
Why do you need a Wi-Fi enabled ice maker?
So that you can tell it to make ice in the morning and then stop making ice at night.
Why does that have to be Wi-Fi enabled? That's called a timer.
Because then you're like lying in bed and it's like, okay, I'm awake now. Turn on the ice maker.
Why do I need to You know what? You know what else makes ice? Freezers.
Freezers. I know. No, he has a refrigerator that does that too. Don't worry. Yeah, AC Ray says, I think you can at least skip a generation of ice maker. Apparently not. Is this
what's
okay?
the diminishing returns for ice maker machines?
So I'm in a position that I cannot possibly encourage him to purchase something new, because what ends up happening is that I get it and I'm feeling guilty that I'm like billing my house with last generation. I mean, if you think about it, just where I'm looking right now, oh, then there's the toaster oven.
Okay,
Because
that's at
the
least
old toaster oven, no, the only
that's at
difference
least
between
a
the old toaster
useful
oven and the
kitchen
new
thing.
toaster oven is the new toaster oven had an air fry feature on it, which incidentally is terrible. My air fryer is much better, and
Oh,
I bought it for $30 and it's a fantastic air
I
fryer.
was gonna say that would be a good feature because air fryers are really useful.
No, but just buy a $30 air fryer. It does a better job. But so I'm looking at, I think those are $400. That was $900. This is like a what? $3,000 television. So we're looking at many thousands of dollars of stuff that is just where I can see it from where I'm sitting right now that I've inherited, not including the new iPad, which is a 2-year-old iPad. And I'm
So okay,
conflicted.
listen,
This is
listen.
bothering me.
Did you at any point say you should upgrade X so that you could get the previous version of X?
I don't want him
No.
to do it because I feel guilty because I know that I'm
Then,
going to get
but
it
there
and
you
I feel
go.
like a gold digger.
But there you go. You didn't. You didn't. Therefore, you are free from guilt. You are benefiting through no additional action of your own. It's like the rain. The rain is coming and it hits the mountains and it falls down the rivers into the streams into the ocean, and that's going to happen no matter what. You are just a guy with a little mill, a little like water mill on the river who's just benefiting from the rain. The rain
No.
comes and it feeds the river, and you're just like, I'm taking all the benefits. This mill is buying me TVs, and it's just
I
gonna go on its own.
I feel like one of those fish that like go into sharks' mouths that they'll actually open their mouth for to clean out all of the little leftover bits of dead animal in the shark's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
feel like that.
and you know what? Those fish are
I'm s-
useful. Those
Mm,
fish are important. The
yeah,
sharks
they
need those
are.
fish.
The sharks do need those fish, but I feel bad. I really feel bad.
You know what? I has your friend.
Hmm.
Next time he gives you something, I'll take it for you.
Okay.
You can just give it to me instead.
All right. Yeah, he just spent all of that money on the Roombas, and then CES came out. Have you seen the new one that
I, I
came
heard
out that's got
I
the
heard that
legs?
I heard that there was one that could go upstairs.
Right. Yeah, he's like, I could get rid of both of those and get one that can go upstairs. I'm like,
Well, here, I'll tell you
dude,
what.
you just bought them. You're not even 2 months old. And he goes, yeah, I love them. They're great, but I can get one to replace two.
Also, I think it's worth asking, like, how well does that work?
Yeah. I told him, like, you don't want to be the first person with that technology. You want to be the second person with that technology because you know the technology is kind of broken. And the second one that comes out is going to be infinitely better. There's going to be a giant leap in the thing's ability. So don't. He's like,
How did the
no, I kind of sort of
how did
want to.
the all the pets deal with the Roombas?
Oh, the cats were freaked out and they were fine. Mia is absolutely despises everything evil suck monster, whether it be a Roomba or an actual anything that makes that
So
noise. And
if it comes into
she's
the
panic
room,
stricken.
she's gone.
Panic stricken.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't want one of those in
Yeah.
this apartment. I don't want to freak out these guys. They live such a swanky,
But they
easy
get used to
life.
it. The cats actually eventually end up, now they just ignore it because they're like, it's not bothering me. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't freak out. Mia, the dog, she absolutely hates the evil suck monster and is panic stricken at the instant that any sound that makes that sound, anything that makes that sound, whether it be a Roomba or a coffee maker, she's like out.
Hmm.
So she's scarred. Anyway, is there anything else we want to talk about before we end the show?
I believe that's it.
All right. So I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done with the show, I'm gonna jump on to some Where Winds Meet. You good with that?
Yeah, I'll join you for that.
All right. Okay. So let's close this out. Wait for it. Wait for it. And let's close this out. You've been listening to GameHounds. GameHounds episode 805. We did record this on Sunday, January 11th, 2026. I'm Edie Sellers. With me has been Nick DiNicola. Ways to get a hold of us. GameHounds.net is our website. GameHounds@gmail.com. We record the show every Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, on Facebook, and Twitch. On YouTube and Facebook, we are on Twitch and Facebook, we are the GameHounds. On YouTube, we're GameHounds Vids, VIDS, as in videos, all one word. Please feel free to join us. We would love to have you in the chat room. Thank you to everybody who was in the chat room today. And also, again, thank you to AC Wraith for being our link bitch. Everything that we talked about, if you need to find a link to it, go to any of those locations, look in the comments. AC Wraith has provided links to literally everything we talk about. So thank you again, AC Wraith, for doing that every single week. You are deeply appreciated. If you want to listen to us as a podcast, we are on pretty much every podcast platform you can imagine, on iHeartRadio, on Apple Podcasts, you can even do it through Alexa and Google devices. All you have to do is ask. But if you do go somewhere there and listen to it, please comment and rate us. Please, please, please. We are trying very much to elevate our attention to our podcasts again, because there are a lot of old listeners who don't know that we returned, because we never really left. We stopped uploading for various reasons, but now we're back uploading to those locations. So if you are listening as a podcast, please rate and review us at wherever you're listening to it. We would appreciate that. Another thing we'd appreciate is if you're part of the GameHounds Nation and you are not connecting with us directly, there's a couple really good ways to do it. Obviously, we mentioned the email, but a better way to do it is our Discord. Please go to our Discord. You can find the Discord information anywhere, in any of those: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Apple. All of those locations should have our Discord. Certainly, it's on our website, GameHounds.net. And if you're watching right now, it's right there in the corner. Go ahead and go to our Discord. Join us and come by and say hi. Nick are constantly living in the Discord, as well as everybody else who is a regular. And sometimes you don't even see them on the show anymore, but they're still in the Discord. That's where we hang out together. Also, where we make our announcements when we're going to do a show or a live stream or something special. Another way to support us, you can absolutely go to Patreon. We are 100% Patreon funded, and thank you to all of those who are Patreon sponsors. Have a great week, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. And we're out. Now, I'm going to log off now so I can get ready for Where Winds Meet. We will probably stream it. We'll probably be streaming it in our Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord and you want to see us streaming, that's where we streamed it last time. We'll probably stream it again in our Discord channel. So come join us and come watch if you'd like. I'm trying to figure out how to possibly stream it on Twitch, but it requires a little extra software that I don't really have, and I don't really want to wait for it to download. So we will see you probably in the next, half hour or so, assuming we don't have any huge updates from Where Winds Meet, and we'll see you over there. Bye, everyone. Thank you, AC Wraith.